we came down here to be Mekayim mitzvahs, right? And you only could be Mekayim the mitzvahs only in this world. In the next world, there's no way to be Mekayim mitzvahs. You can't be Mekayim mitzvahs. You're there. That's the time you mekabel. You get the reward, the sachar. So only here in this world we are Mekayim mitzvahs. And here comes the question: that if the way we serve Hashem is to be Mekayim mitzvahs, so who knows how much mitzvahs we're supposed to do?
Taryag.
So you say Taryag. Everyone agrees with him?
No.
How much do you think you're supposed to do?
There are certain mitzvahs that others can do and you can't do. There are mitzvahs for Kohanim. There are mitzvahs for
That's
Leviim,
true.
There are mitzvahs for women. There are mitzvahs for
No, what do you
men.
think of what he says? He's right. You could be Makiv Korbanos.
No, but I could give the prayer.
Right, but you could be Zorik the Dam and Makiv Gabei Mizbech. You can. If you do Zara Kolev, you must. You have an answer? How much mitzvahs you have to do this? It's
as many as you can fit into the time that Hashem has max.
That's true. That's 100% true. And I'm asking with everything you said, but I'm asking a different question. How much mitzvahs? What is the number of the mitzvahs that we're supposed to be mekayim? Okay, I'll say one more thing here before we say. Is the
answer going to be one?
No. I'll say it in a different way. It says in a lot of Sfarim, and I could bring you a whole list of them. And every person has to be mekayim every mitzvah that says in the Torah. Meaning, it's true what you said, to put the most mitzvahs that I could put in the time that I got, but you're supposed to have all the kinds of the mitzvahs. So you're supposed to, every kind of a mitzvah you're supposed to do. Meaning you're capable to do it. Meaning, if you're not a Kohen, you can't do Birkas Kohani. But if you're that's true. With Talmud Torah is the biggest mitzvah, meaning it's more chashuv than other mitzvahs. But again, how much mitzvahs we could be mekayim, we could do, and that's why I say we have to do them. Shulchan says what to do, yeah, but you could bring me a number of mitzvahs. I'm trying to do that because I want to show you something very terrifying soon in a second.
You can't measure mitzvah chamur as a mitzvah. You have no way of knowing what the schar or the chashivas of the specific mitzvah is.
Mitzuyak, right. We don't know. That's why the schar mitzvah is not.
It could be that opening the door for the Nesiyah of the Elyon is a bigger mitzvah than chasing away the Shiluach HaKen.
Yeah. There's no vikot, but that's not my question. My question is like this. I want to know if someone could tell me how much mitzvahs we have to do today. Meaning, kama mitzvot. If I say lo baru b'anvit, I'll say it in Hebrew and you'll explain.
200 something.
You say there's 200 something?
Yeah.
He's like, how many did the Chafetz Chaim bring down the Sefer Mitzvot?
That could be an option. We know we have to be mekayim every kind of mitzvah we could be mekayim. So I want to know what's the number? That's the way we're serving Hashem. We're serving Hashem with mitzvahs, and I know you have to do all the mitzvahs that you could do. So what's the number of the mitzvahs that we could do? And then we'll speak about it. I want to speak about that number today.
You're not saying
that's change during the course of your life.
432.
That's true, but now Mashiach has not then come yet, and we want it to come. But weird. What?
432.
432? You mean 430? Why 20? Well, how did you get to that number?
I said 200 something.
You said you wanted a number.
I just threw a number.
Because
The doctor tells us a number.
7 and 2 is 9.
Give us a number. I need a number. Yeah, but a real number. Don't just make up a number. I need a real number.
100 brachas you're supposed to get through every day.
Okay, but that's one kind of a mitzvah. Kriya Shema is one kind of mitzvah. We do it twice a day. Wearing tefillin, tzitzis. I want a number. Someone could tell me a number. Okay, I'll make it a lot more easier to you. Please tell me how much mitzvahs we're mekayim from the second we get up in the morning till we go to work, meaning after Shachris, without eating breakfast. How much mitzvahs we're mekayim when the second we wake up in the morning till right till when we finish.
There's 6 mitzvahs tmidios.
Okay, that's 6.
Okay.
Tefillah, Kriya Shema.
7.
Tefillin,
Two separate
mezuzah.
It's 8. Sorry, it's 6. It's 7. I mean.
Tefillin, talis tefillin.
Okay, no.
Washing your hands.
Give me a number. I want a number.
Stand up for the Rav. It's kibbutz.
Very good. Very good. Bring a number. Think about it. 3-4 minutes. I want a number.
120.
You do 120 from you the second you get up till you finish Shacharis?
36.
What?
I think so.
You could bring me 12?
Well,
You told me 120. That's a lot. I want to see 12. Let's see if you can tell me 12.
the morning blessings.
What?
The morning blessings.
Okay, that's 1. It's all blessings. That's 1.
All of them is
One kind. It's true. It's a lot of times, but I'm talking about the kind of mitzvahs, not the same mitzvah you're repeating it again and again and again. I'm talking about a different kind of a mitzvah.
Okay, so well,
No, you have a number?
Uh-huh.
Do you have a number?
7.
Throw a number. 10, 12, 20, 50.
36.
Could be 20, 30. I mean,
You say a number, you have to tell me all the mitzvahs.
I don't know what the mitzvahs are. I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty
I don't
fair.
know what the 613 are, and I don't know which ones, how many the Kohanim
Okay, so I
get to
guess
do
that's
that I
10.
can't do.
You're up to 10. Okay, not
Let's
bad.
get Tefillah, Talmud Torah, Kvod HaTorah, the Chalik, Tzedakah,
it's like greeting people on the way
Tell
to
us
work.
the
That's what he wants to say. If you have your own opinion, you say your own opinion.
what did we say earlier? We said
tell us tefillin.
get Tefillin, Anachas Tefillin, Sissits, that's not,
Okay.
it's whatever.
No?
Saying-
Go for it. Don't.
Saying how you're greeting people. Smile, right? That's the mitzvah.
Okay, so you have another one. You'll count that
I
also.
shul, fine. Talk to people nice.
You have to think good because you're the second one.
Okay, maybe you went to the mikveh.
Okay, no.
That's also not a mitzvah device these days, but okay. You could say, let's see, before you leave the house.
Show them by it.
So you've done. So we said to fill up. What about Birchas Nanan?
Okay, you're up to 8.
What about?
You said 120, right?
Yeah, but I was counting under that.
Okay.
Birchas Torah isn't.
Okay,
same,
9.
Same,
9.
same as
Okay.
the Torah, or is it just
I'm not
something
telling you.
that's,
I want to hear what you have to say.
um,
Okay, he's not bad. Listen, he's
We've
doing
got,
good. Riser, he's already up to 9.
We've got.
There's
Okay,
a reason we asked him to come. It's not stuff.
so. There's you had snare lechas in Hashem. You've been dressed you dressed and behaved in a modest fashion since you got out
10.
of bed.
Up to 10.
Said it to me, or no?
Well, you
Don't-
mentioned all of the 6 to me. I don't know. I can't remember what they are for.
Okay, so forget about them because I didn't say it. I'm asking with him yet. He said that. I said okay. I'm saying okay to what you're saying. I'm not saying what's my opinion. I'll tell my opinion. So don't worry. Okay, think about it. Well, we'll continue. So listen. So why I'm asking you this stupid question? Because it's not a stupid question. It's a very, very, very serious question. Why? Because if we said, like we said in the beginning, that we're supposed to serve Hashem, the way we serve Hashem is to do Mekayim mitzvahs. So we really were supposed to know what we're going to do. Like, meaning, if you're serving Hashem and you don't know what you're doing, so you're not serving Hashem. Meaning, it's that there's a halacha. It's written in Shulchan Aruch, in Hilchos Kriya Shema. Mitzvos, there's a machlokas in the Gemara, if mitzvos tzrichos kavana or not. Meaning, if the mitzvah, when you mekayim a mitzvah,
Reish Lakish and
yeah, right. If mitzvah tzrichos kavan or not, meaning a mitzvah, when you mekayim a mitzvah, when you're doing a mitzvah, if you have to know you're doing a mitzvah, meaning kavana means you're thinking that you're going to do an action of a mitzvah. You have to think about it.
then they had that argument in Pesachim about matzah, isn't it?
Right. It's there, and it's in a couple places in Chazal, and it's a big machlokas. And Lemaisa, we paskin in Shulchan Aruch that mitzvahs doraisa, meaning mitzvahs from the Torah, you're supposed to have kavana. Meaning, if you're not mechaven, if you didn't think that you're doing the mitzvah, you didn't get the mitzvah. And this is something very, very not fun to hear, because let's say if you drive your car and you stop,
Crosswalk.
and you stop in a crosswalk to let someone to go by, and you do that because that's what the law says, or that's because you think that's what you're supposed to do, and you're not thinking, oh, Hashem says you're supposed to do that because whatever, Chesed, Dina de Machusadina, we won't get into the prat, what it's, and you do it. So you got a mitzvah, and if you stop and did it because that's what you do, so you didn't get nothing. Because that's what you do. So it's like Kasher Kadosh Baruch Hu. You have to be Mekasher. You have to attach to what you're doing, your action that you're doing to serving Hashem.
So why can't you get up in the morning
If
and
it's
say,
Doraisa.
any mitzvah that I do today shall be for Hashem?
I know, because that's the opposite. That's calling, I'm not going to serve you, Hashem. I could care less. I don't have time to think about you. I just want to do things like whatever comes out. And you know what? If it is a mitzvah, it's a mitzvah.
If you went to the mikvah for
Well, no, mitzvah. You can be kind to your animals, your future animals.
Nachon. If you have an animal at home, if you don't have, you don't have. If you have, you have. Yeah.
That makes
If
God
you have a
your
parakeet,
bookmaker.
whatever. What?
That makes God your accountant if you do that in the morning.
Yeah. So I'm saying
You're
what
saying
Traub
everything
said
I
is
do.
it's a very good idea, but that idea is against what we're trying to say. We're not building a relationship with a Kadosh Baruch Hu if you say a thing like that. I'm not against what you're saying.
That's not what it's.
Yeah, but I'm saying
It's not
it.
the
There's
point
no
that you
Hashem
focus on the
Yichud
mitzvah.
before you start.
The Shem Yichud makes you focus on what you're doing. That's the Shem Yichud. But we're talking about every day you have to sound something very, 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 very fundamental. It says in the Zohar, and the truth is that it's written even before the Zohar, something very, 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 very chashuv, something very, very important. Listen carefully. It says in the pasuk, "Vayikrevu yemei Yisrael lamut." Translate it, whoever didn't understand.
And it came at the days of
The days of Yisrael to die.
To die, yeah. To die.
So the Zohar asks, what's the days of Yisrael die? Yemei Yisrael lamus. What's the days of Yisrael to die? What does that mean? A person dies in a second, right, doctor? Doesn't take him 3 days to die. He dies. There's a second he dies. You could go down slowly, but you don't say Yemei Yisrael lamut. You say Ve'krevu yom harega sheYisrael yamus. Meaning the second that Israel is supposed to die. So means Yaakov Avinu, yeah?
Depends on your point of view.
Why?
Some people it takes 120 years to die. And they're dying from day one.
Okay, but we'll ask the doctor. I think the doctor will say it. People
He finishes dying.
We're dying
on one
now?
day.
We're not dying, right?
If you're over 25, you're in the process of deterioration.
It's true.
Or if you're over 3 for arterial sclerosis.
You finish dying in one day.
It's true, but Lamaisa, you die in a second. So Chazal listen, Yonos, and you have to listen to this, something very, very fundamental. A person doesn't live years, he lives days, meaning Hashem, when a person comes down to this world, Hashem is kotzev. How do you say kotzev? מחליט כמה ימים, נו, מה זה לקצוב?
Allocate.
How?
Allocate.
Allocates, yes.
Allocates, okay. Okay, thank you for the words. Allocates how much days he's going to have all his life. Meaning he doesn't work on years. You don't live 90 years, 95, 102. That's not true. It works through days, not minutes, not hours, not months, not weeks, not years, days. Days.
But it says from Rosh Hashanah till Rosh Hashanah.
No, that only says from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah, the din that you have, the judgment you have. And Rosh Hashanah is going to go all the way to the next Rosh Hashanah. It doesn't say a person is going to live. He has a number of days he's going to live. And why dafka days? Because a person could do things in the morning and could be, the Lashon of Chazal is porea balayla, meaning you could pay off afternoon or nighttime. Let's say if a person says he has time to learn, he has 2 hours and he wants to learn in the morning, and that morning he couldn't learn because whatever happened, so he could pay it off in the ending of the same day. So it works through days. We have 3 times a day we have to daven, 2 times a day we have to give Kriya Shema, once a day you have to learn Torah, whatever, and it works through days. And now when you go up to Shamayim, so they check days, not hours, not weeks, not minutes. They check days. That's called V'yikrevu Yemei Yisrael. Says the Zohar, at the days of Yisrael, meaning Yaakovinu is going to end. That's going to finish. So now we know that every day you have to fill it up with the amount of mitzvahs. And if you missed out that day, Chazal call it Me'uvas Lo Yuchal Litkol, meaning you ruined something, you can't fix it. Meaning because the day passed. So the day passed. The Mishnah Navo says, Al Tomar, don't say, Likshe Efne Shne, when I'll have time, I'll go sit and learn. Shema Lo Tipaneh. Maybe you won't have the option to have time to learn. Meaning your day, and Rabbeinu Yonah explains on that thing, a day, if you missed out a day, the day will never come back and you'll have to pay for it one day. Meaning when you go up to Shamayim, they work through your days. They look every day, what did you do? It works through per day. That's how it works.
There's a difference between missing an opportunity and doing an avera.
Yeah. Missing opportunity is more. It's chamur yoter.
Worse.
It's worse. To miss an opportunity is worse than doing an avera. I'll explain to you why. Because avera, you could fix it. Meaning, let's say you did on Monday avera, not you. Yeah, chas v'shalom, you don't do no averas, but a regular person does avera.
Get to know me better.
Okay. So, a person does avera, let's say on Monday. I don't know what Monday. When comes Yom Kippur, he does tshuva. So if it's a avera, it's not a lav sheish b'may, whatever. It's not avodas beitzin. There's 4 different kinds of averas. Lo mishaneh. So it comes Yom Kippur and he does tshuva. He cleans that off. Mm-hmm. So he did one Monday in the middle of the year, but now he does on Rosh Hashanah, on Yom Kippur, he does tshuva. He cleans it off. That's why it's not right to do avera, and it's not. And a lot of times, if a person says, "I'll do avera and then I'll do tshuva," ein maspikim, meaning they won't give him the opportunity. But it's less worse than losing an opportunity, because if you lose an opportunity, you can't fix it, and you'll go. And then when you go up to Shemayim, that's your end.
Very rough on Jose B'tshuva.
No, I'm joking. I was trying to explain. You have to understand something very, 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 very also fundamental. People that are Choser B'tshuva, there's nothing to do with what before they know. They only start to judge you when you start knowing things. Meaning, the more you know, the more they'll judge you. The less you know, the less they'll judge you. But don't think it's kedai not to know, because they won't judge you, because you're missing out what you're supposed to do in this world. But ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu ba beturunia lebriyo Yosef, meaning HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't come to a person with blames if he wasn't. He didn't know. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing to do with Chazar B'tshuva at all. Meaning, the second you know, that's when it starts. That's when it's starting to count. And we want to know, the more we know, the more we could do. And the more we could do, we'll get more reward up there. And that's why we're down here, to work hard to get things up there. And we want to do it also with a good relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what I'm trying to bring through this shiur, and I'm trying to bring is how to build this a good relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and doing Mekayim mitzvahs in the right way. So now we know that a person has to do everyday mitzvahs. And I want to know if the whole reason I'm down here is to be Mekayim mitzvahs, to do mitzvahs, I want to know how much mitzvahs I'm supposed to do. So, because I want to do them, because if I won't do them, I'm losing my opportunity, like you said. So it's very, very, very chashuv, very important. Yeah? You agree with me?
You're a rabbi.
I'm not the rabbi, you're the rabbi. I'm just saying things, and I want to know if you agree with me or not. Okay, so I want to tell you something. You have to know. Listen carefully. Every morning, from the second you get up in the morning till you finish to prayer, the morning service, Shachris, you could be Mekayim 32 mitzvahs asay doraisa. 32, not doing something crazy, not going crazy, normal morning without going to the mikvah, get up in the morning and going to shul through the whole process of getting up in the morning to finish davening. You go through 32, and if you play with the game, you can get up to 33, and if you're very, very smart, you can get up to 35. But 32, but he's gonna have to say the number and say every mitzvah. 32.
Why don't you ask first? You just asked for the number. You didn't say we'd have to explain.
That's true. That's true. So that's 32 mitzvahs. And if we go
So
back,
what are they?
I'm not telling you.
Thank you.
I'm joking. Don't worry. Don't worry.
No, thank you. I don't want to know.
Why you don't want to
If you
know?
don't tell me, then I won't be held
Maybe-
accountable for not
no.
doing them, but I'm probably doing them anyways.
That's true, but you have to be mitzvahs, tzrichos, kavanah, like we say. You have to think about them and know what you're doing them, and you have to know something very, very important. If I'll tell you all 32, I could almost promise you that you'll forget 15 of them in two more minutes, because you never searched for them. You have to search for the mitzvahs. You have to work hard to find them.
So every time you go to the washroom, that you consciously don't bring a holy book into the washroom with you.
Right.
That's a mitzvah?
No, that's a mitzvah lo seseh. I'm talking about mitzvah
Oh,
aseh.
just asking.
Meaning,
Okay.
lo ta'aseh means don't do. So
Right.
just don't do. Don't do. Please just don't do. I'm talking about things that you're supposed to do.
Are you counting Tefillin Shel Yad and Tefillin Shel Rosh as two mitzvahs?
It is. It is.
Okay.
It is. Chazal says two mitzvahs. This ukshaltum lois al yodecha. That's one. Vayusatim first beinenecha. Rambam says it's two mitzvahs. So I'll believe the Rambam and I'll go for two. But that's what it says.
That's what he says, one bracha.
It's true because you bechavim one bracha and do two mitzvahs. It's not a problem. Like if you shecht every cow you shecht, it's a mitzvah. So but you don't have to say bracha on every cow you shecht. You could shecht once and cut.
Megala is a sochek because we separate them by saying.
Okay, that's another thing. Yeah. So because let's feed the Ramah, we want to do two. We say we do another bracha, but we have 32 mitzvahs. 32. It's a lot. And if you don't know what we're doing, so listen carefully. There was a Jew that lived in Europe, in Vilna, 250 years ago. His name was Reb Avraham Danzig.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote a book, a sefer. It's called Chayei Odom.
Mm-hmm.
And he was married with the Gaon Vilna, the Rebbe Yomi Vilna. He's the Gaon Vilna, if you heard once about that. He's like one of the biggest rabbis in the last 300 years. So the Chayei Odom writes down, and it's written in the Mishnah Berurah, and he saves us. He gives like a net to save us. And if you do something, it's weird. It doesn't make no sense. Only because it's something that you serve Hashem, so that's called kavana. Meaning, to take a branch and go start moving it back and forth inside the shul, like an idiot, yeah, doesn't make no sense, yeah. Like to move a branch back and forth, go back, like doesn't that, yeah. Take a palm tree branch.
In Africa, it might be normal. I'm saying they're very into that.
Yeah, to move
They
a
have-
palm tree
they're very
branch.
into these,
It's like this tall,
more
this and
spiritual stuff.
and
they have
using.
different rituals.
Yeah.
It could be an effort. You won't be like,
So you're doing something like that. It doesn't make no sense. So it's for sure you meaning to do a mitzvah. That helps us very much because a lot of things we do, it doesn't make no sense to say words and things like that and whatever. It doesn't make no sense and it means you're mechaven. But that's only b'di'evet, meaning how you say b'di'evet in English? Is a word for it.
Retrospect.
How you say b'di'evet?
After the fact.
Huh?
After the fact.
Yeah, but that's But to explain what's b'di'evet, meaning it's not the right way to be. That's not the right way to do it.
Ex post facto.
Yeah, whatever. It's not the right way to do
It's
it.
an alternative to the right way.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
The bare minimum.
yeah, so the thing is, we're mitzvos tzrichos kavana. We're supposed to know that we're doing the mitzvah. That makes us the first thing in a person. That's what the Ramchal says in the beginning of Mesilas Yesharim. He says, if a person wants to know what to do with himself, to do the right, to serve Hashem in the right way, the first thing that he's supposed to do is to find out what Hashem is expecting from him to do, what he wants him to do. And he answers the question, what Hashem wants us to do. No, that's in the Hagdama, but in the Perek Rishon it says, Lamaisa, what Hashem wants us to do is Hashem wants us to do B'Mekayim mitzvahs. And he says not Mekayim mitzvahs, Mekayim all the mitzvahs. So I just showed you in the morning we have 32. Now, who knows to tell me how much mitzvahs we could Mekayim, we could do in our days, because we don't have Beis HaMikdash. We're Tmei Meisi, meaning we have Tuma of people who passed away.
We're men.
We're men. If you didn't have a baby boy, Peter, Rechem, so you don't have a Pidyon Ben. There's a lot of things. So how much Lamaisa a person could do mitzvahs today? It's 630.
I'm working on it. I've done 2 pigeon out of that. So.
Yeah. So you have 613 mitzvahs. You hear me? 613. Take off 365 or lo sesame, don't do. Then you have 248 mitzvahs you're supposed to do.
Rubam we can't do.
Most of them you can't do. We're left with 73.
Yeah, it's strong.
Yeah, if you're the chutzos, you're less. You have even
How much left? What's the difference between
because you don't have Trumas Umaisvas, Deraisa, and there's a machlokas on Rishis Gaze and Peter Chamor. There's a couple things that you could.
So you're doing
It's a
half
mahlokas.
of them by the end of chakras?
No.
How many did
I
you
said
say
there's
are left?
32. There's 73, but the thing is that there's a very big argument how much really we have today. I'm saying Sefer HaMitzvahs that he suggests before, the Chafetz Chaim says 73, but the Charedim, it's a different kind of book. It's a different sefer. It was written 500 years ago. He says that there's a lot more. There's like 113 or 140. Much like I don't remember the number. It could be Mekayim. We could do today. So we have to search and go find out. You hear me? You have to search and find out what the mitzvahs that we're supposed to do. That's why we're here. So I want to speak about them and say all. I want to go through all of them, just to know who they are and how you're mekayim them. Very fast. We'll go through everything, so you won't get upset at me. And I didn't say the names of the mitzvahs. And then we'll go through and we'll explain everyone very, very fast. And let's see if we have time. I don't think we'll have time. We have time. Okay, so we'll go through. Let's go through them. So the first thing is like this. So there's mitzvahs that are called mitzvahs tmidios. Tmidios means that you have to do them constantly. So I'm not going to get in all of them because I'm going to go through the tefillah and we'll show you how to do them all the time through the davening. So the first thing you do is like it's almost like what you said. If a person goes to the bathroom and he's how do you say mitneheg b'tzniut?
Acts modestly.
Yeah, whatever he said.
Act
Acts
modestly.
modestly.
So he's mekayem atznei alechas, like you said, and he's also that's news and basic. That's the first one. Yeah. Then
What's it called?
that's tznei alechet. Tzniut with akiseh.
Okay.
Then when a person he if he has a rail, how is it rail? Nachon makeh.
Makeh.
Yeah, if he has a rail and he touches, in your merpes, how is it merpes? In your porch, whatever, something, and you just see it's standing still, so you're mekayim mitzvah said the shel makeh.
It's not only about building it. It's
Also, when you build it, also every time you check it to see it's holding, it's not moving.
so every time I go up on my staircase. You're saying every single.
No, but the
time
staircase, it's your staircase.
Or
My staircase. Rav came to my house and told me I have to put it on my staircase. I didn't have anything there. I opened it up. It was more than a meter, whatever it was. He said,
Okay.
I absolutely have to put
Okay, so then every time you touch it and see
Every
it,
time I touch it, I have in mind that I'm checking to see if it's okay.
yeah, it's a set the rice of it's just
My
my
kids do it all the time with their fingers and their paint. So they'll be happy for them now.
Okay, that's the second one. Then now
They
if
check it all
you
the time, they check it all the time. Good chinuch.
what?
Modani is.
No, well there's nothing. It's a mitzvah, but it's not a
nothing?
mitzvah. No, I'm meaning it's not a doraisa. We're talking about doraisa because doraisa you have to think about it.
So far, it's Sneos Makeh.
Okay.
These are all derived.
Three. Yeah. It says vasisa makele gagecha. We learn also not only gag, every place it's 10 tefachim, meaning almost a meter. And you could fall off, so you have to put on rail.
Actually, speaking about it today, there's a lot of things that we do, which are good things. You can't point anywhere and say that it's a mitzvah in the Torah that says that I should be doing this.
Yeah, but we could find a way to show how it. And there's nothing that you can't really point it out. You could point it out. Because if you can't point it out, it's not a mitzvah. It has to be written somewhere.
What about waking before dawn?
Oh, we've grown what?
Nate,
Before-
v'dimdu meichama,
Nate.
davening v'dimdu meichama.
No.
It's the first thing in the Shulchan Aruch, no?
To get up early and to daven early, no? So that's Mekayim Mitzvah Shel Le'ovdoi. We'll get there. Le'ovdoi is Izo Avodah Shebalev Havil Mer Tefillah, meaning davening in the morning. That's a mitzvah Le'ovdoi.
So we're still a mitzvah to me this. We're still considering mitzvah.
Wait. So then you did the rail. Then you walk out of the door and you touch the mezuzah.
Okay.
So your Mekayim Mitzvah Al Mezuzos Beisecha. I'll be sure every time you look at the mezuzah and think about it. You touch the mezuzah. Right away, your Mekayim Mitzvah the right
What's
side
that? Is it
mezuzah.
shimuk? Is it mishmosh? What's the...
Yeah, because if you touch it, yeah, that's what he says. That's Lashon Adar Haredi.
Can you do,
Then you walk.
Ravana when
You walked into shul. You walked into shul.
It's each mezuzah you touch? Or-
No. The one that's in the front of your house.
Okay.
Now, when you walk, then you walk into the shul, and you have awe of the place, meaning you feel yira. So you have mikdashi tiro. Okay. Then you wear your talis. I don't know. Everyone has their own ways. I'll do the way I do it, and then everyone don't into me. I do the brikas shachar before that. Forget that for a second. You put on talis. It's mitzvah tzitzis. Vasolem tzitzit hakafim bigdeihem. Okay. You put on tefillin shel yad. Another mitzvah. Tefillin shalosh. Another mitzvah. Then you say birkas shachar. It's called birkas anenim. Birkas anenim is mitzvah d'oraisa. Of Svar Doraisa, the Gemara in Brachos, Kitzad Mevorchim, Daf Lamed Hey Amud Beis. Amud Aleph, sorry.
What is the mitzvah?
So your nene roka ha'oretz al hamayim, you could walk on the floor. Shesoli kor tzorki, you have shoes.
You have to do a meila for that. Because Baruch Hu made you pokech Ivrim, so if light is considered something that you're from, you have to pay meila.
It's
That's the place
the Mishnah Berurah writes down, right, but Mishnah Berurah writes down, it says that all mitzvahs, all birkas hashachar, birkas hanenim. In birkas hanenim, it's a mitzvah
The
d'oraisa.
Rambam, right, as you do each of those acts, you say the bracha.
9. We're up to 9. We're up to 9.
Yeah, you're up to 9 already?
Up to 9.
'Cause
We
I-
got Sneos Makeh, mezuzah, tishtorah, talis, tefillin yad, tefillin shalosh, birkas nen, birkas shachar.
Oh, okay. You're counting, okay?
I'm counting.
Very good. Then you do birkas haTorah. Birkas haTorah is a mitzvah d'oraisa. Ki Shem Hashem v'krav v'gudol Elokeinu. So you're Mekayim mitzvah. Then you say, Yevorech Hashem v'yishmerech Hashem. That's Talmud Torah, like you said. Another mitzvah. You're writing it down, Trav?
Alright.
Oh, okay. Then we start to. Sorry. Then we continue to say Psuki de Zimra. In Psuki de Zimra, you could be Mekayim 2 mitzvahs. One mitzvah is V'zachartas et kol ha. No, I forgot the words now. I'm talking from English to Hebrew, so I missed it out. V'zacharto es kol hadecha shero lichacha Hashem Elokecha b'midbar. Chazal write down when you look the otzma shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you'll just translate it in Psuki de Zimra. And he does sheleg, ruach, and all the things that you're talking about. So that's one mitzvah. And when you when you get to Az Yashir, that's V'zacharta Kol HaDerech. Zichron Chasodov and Zichron Ma'asav, that's two different mitzvahs that the Haredim brings down.
So that's one Zichron Chasad, one Zichron Ma'asav.
Yeah, and then you have there. Then when you say Yishtabach Shimcha, it's called Levorcho. There's a mitzvah of Levorcho. This word brings down. Yeah, I'll show you everything. I'll show you inside.
So that's 3 Nerv Sichud Zimra.
Yeah. Then
But these are not the Rambam 16.
no. There's not only Rambam. When we want to do mitzvahs, we don't do only the Rambam because also the Ramban is cholik on the Rambam, and the Rashbatz has a cholik on the Rambam. The Smag, all the Rishonim hold. They have their own minion. We'll do them. Yeah, we'll do them in the mitzvah shiur.
Okay, up to 14.
Okay, then we get into Birkos Kirishma. So then there is a pchin of Yirah. We do Yirah then because we talk about how the Malachim they're doing, when they say the Kedusha, they're B'Yirah. Yeah? So we think about the awe of Hashem, and we do Mitzvahs Yirah. Then when we say Kodesh, 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 we're Mekayim Mitzvahs D'Oraisa, you go bye, he's going to give you the, you could be Kodesh, 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 you're Mekayim Mitzvahs V'Nikdashti, B'toch B'nai Yisrael.
Okay.
And then then we say Ahav Rabbah. So you're Mekayim there if you think about the Ahav of Hashem to honor Hashem. So we have Mitzvah Hashem Shel Ve'ahavta. Okay? And then we say Kriyishma. Kriyishma is Mitzvah D'Oraisa. Shel Uvkumecha. Now inside Kriyishma itself, when you say the word Hashem, you think there's God,
Kabbalas Olam Malchus Shemayim.
that's in the second word in Elokeinu. That's Kabbalah's Ol Malchuso. But one before that, when you say Hashem, you say there's God. That's the first mitzvah Tmidis. That there's a Eloka there. Yeah, you got it. That's called Sheyesh Eloka. Then you say Elokeinu, like you said, it's the Kabbalah's Ol Malchuso. Then you're listening, right?
I'm listening. I don't
Okay.
understand everything 'cause
Okay, he's gonna send you the list afterwards. Then we continue, and we say Echad, Yichud Hashem. Yeah, that's another mitzvah. Now, when you finish to do Yichud, it says to be Moser Nefesh, B'chol Nafshecha. So that's another mitzvah. You have to think to be Moser Nefesh al Kiddush Hashem.
And where is that on which? That's on where, on Achad?
You can do it or in Echad or B'chol Levav, B'chol Nafshecha, or B'chol Modecha. It's lo mishaneh if you do it there or there. Then we continue in the Kriya Shema and we say V're'isem also, meaning you have to look at the tzitzis. That's Mitzvah D'Oraisa, V're'isem also. And then,
Even without
without chelas.
Anybody, look at mine. You could look at mine.
And then when you say, there's another mitzvah in the end. It's Zchiros Yetzias Mitzrayim, right? But I want to put it in the Zchiros because he said Shish. I want to do there's 6 Zchiros to say. I want to put them in the end. Okay, so forget that one. Then you say,
after Tzitzis, Reis Masar up to 23 now.
yeah, whoever's to leave could leave. I don't want to stop no one. It's going to take another 3-4 minutes.
Techelos is not one of them.
No, it's not one of them. Yeah, sorry for making sure too long.
Yeah, no good.
Okay, up to where? How much you have?
After Tzitzis, Reis Masar up to number 23. That was 22.
Okay, then we have Mitzvah Shmona Esrei.
L'Serach Levalchem, is that one?
No, that's a Los Asula. I'm not talking about Los Asula. Then we start Shmona Esrei, that's called Le'ovdo. Mitzvah D'Oraisa Le'ovdo. Then when we do Slach Lanu, so we're Mekayim V'hizvadu Schatoiso, Masher also. So V'hizvadu. That's when you do Slach Lanu, you can do it also in how you call it, in the field of Sapayim. Okay, then when you hear Birkas Kohanim, so you're Mekayim because a Kohen can't be Mevarech if there's no 10 of Yisrael there, meaning 10 with him together. So you're Mekayim V'ani Avarechem.
Okay.
Written, yeah, yeah, Birkas Kohanim. Okay, then we continue. Let's see if I forgot something. Okay, then we have Shesh Mitzvot Midios.
That's 26.
No, shish zchiros.
Okay.
It's another 6.
Wait a second, let me put that in shish zechiros and put it in a separate category. Shish zechiros. We're going from now to 26. Okay.
No, we're only up to 26.
And 29.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. With the shish zechiros, it's going to be 31.
Oh, okay, that's that. Then, if a Rav walks into the shul, when you stand up, it's v'chibadetoi.
What about somebody wearing tefillin?
And after
Right, we say if a person wears tefillin, that's 2 mitzvahs.
and after Rob was
Somebody
old
walks
man,
in the
so
shul wearing tefillin,
Not down
and
to
you
place
stand
like
up.
hands.
You don't have to stand up. What did he say? What did he
Not
say?
down to place like
after
hands.
Rob was old man, so
Right, but it's the same mitzvah.
I think it's the same. Okay.
They learned the same thing. They learned that Zakin could be or Kana Chachma or he's 70 years old.
Feminine.
Okay.
And we continue. If you work very hard, you can find another ways to do things how to make it go larger. Now every mitzvah, let's say v'nikdashti, you could do it 3 times in the davening because you do it first kodesh kodesh kodesh
And during
Birkat
Shema,
Shema.
and again by both.
Be okay.
But it
We'll
only
stop
counts.
now and we'll.
Yeah.
Does it
speak
count
about
every
it.
time separately?
What? No.
No, it's once.
It's once, but it multiplies itself. I mean, but it's 32 different kinds of categories of mitzvahs. Kol tov.
Thank you.
Well,
very nice.